Hello members and welcome to episode 6 of GPL 360. As usual, I'm here with my co-host Matthew Lochner. Welcome Matt.
Thanks Nick.
To start things off, I'd just like to address something. In the media world of GPL, there's basically ourselves, 360, and one other publication, the Guzzler Rata, I think. Me and Matt like to think that we can work in unison, or there's room for two media outlets in GPL 360, but
Definitely.
they fired shots at us. I've got a direct quote here. Ada and Elsie have absolutely no idea about the GPL. Now, that hits me pretty hard, Matt. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm. I think
I
think we're all over the GPL.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've got a pretty good idea of what's happening. The Colonel Slab said he has led from the front all season, Matt. Now, you've done a bit of research. What do the stats actually show?
Oh no.
It's rough, isn't it?
It's rough. Let's go through. So the Colonel scores through all rounds of the GPL and where he ranked in the team that particular week. So round 1, 31 points, ranked 5th. Round 2, 26 points, ranked 5th. Round 3, 25 points, wasn't a part of the score. Round 4, 34 points, ranked 5th. Round 5 was a bye. Round 6, 33 points, ranked 5th. Didn't play round 7, 23 points in round 8. Didn't make the score. 29 points in round 9, ranked 5th. 28 points in round 10, ranked 5th. Didn't play in round 11. First qualifying final when you really want your captain to lift.
You would think so.
How many points do you reckon he had?
Would have been at least 30.
24 points, didn't score. Semi-final, you may say that he did lift in the semi-final, 35 points.
Which is obviously why he's written about himself.
Why he's written about himself. So
the facts tell a different story.
Yeah.
So, Colonel, maybe don't fire shots at 360 with those kind of performances behind you. But moving on, Matt.
Yes.
Moving on. Semi-finals. What have you got?
Semi-final 1, we've got the Guzzlers, led by the Colonel. They had a big win against the Gentlemen Golfers, 174 to 150. Mr. Consistent Terry Poulton for the Guzzlers with 37 points, and back from holidays, Joe Bonin with 35 points, were the best two for the Guzzlers. In third, you could say even second, was John the Colonel Nelson with 35 points as well. Gentlemen Golfers, who have had a big season and probably a surprising season, 150. Dave Pryor was the best of the Gentlemen Golfers with 31, and Norm Cockrell, new member, with 31 as well. Randall Bradshaw with 30, round out the 3 for the Gentlemen Golfers. So Guzzlers move on.
I walked into the bar on Wednesday night and I saw Frank Davis sitting by himself, sipping on an ale, just reminiscing what could have been. So good effort by the Gentlemen Golfers.
They're on to improve the Gentlemen Golfers.
They are. I think 2018 could hold big things.
Yep.
Now
yours, Nick?
Sorry?
What about your semi?
My semi. Very happy. My team, Norfolk and Good, are still in there. They defeated the Fockers, who have bowed out in straight sets.
Classic.
2-point win to Norfolk and Good. Jim Ludis 33, Dan Iera 33, Doc O'Callaghan 31, and Brendan Waddy 30. For the Fockers, Peter Lutton, last year's MVP, did his best to try and get his side over the line with 35. Our man, Mr. Consistent, Bruce Falconer with 34 and Ian B 30. So the Fockers bow out in straight sets and Norfolk and Good move on to the prelim.
Bruce again in the 30s. That's unbelievable.
That's, 13 rounds in a row.
In the 30s, wow.
That's impressive. Matt, we're going to do a preview of the prelims. You've got the Polishers and the Norfolk and Good. What do you think?
I think the Polishers get through to the grand final.
They've had a week off. They've had a break.
Had a week off. Led by Brendan Mad Dog Moore, Shane Favaloro. I think they get the job done. I think with their experience, winners from a couple of years ago.
They've pumped out some big scores.
They've dominated basically the back end of the season, really. Norfolk and Good would need big scores from returning to golf Dan Iera. Jim Ludis also needs to have a big week this week for them to win, but I would say the Polishers get through.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're going to go straight through, and they're going to be tough to beat, even this weekend, the grand final.
Yep.
Second prelim, we've got the Guzzlers and the Rat Pack.
I think
the Rat Pack are going to be too good.
Too good?
Too good, yeah.
The last two premiers playing
Yeah,
off.
I think Brian Fuge has been playing pretty well. Petty Gabbets had 34 points on Wednesday and had 6 3-putts, so I think he's been in pretty good form. George Cottarides, just the team oozes class. They are down in Ian Mills, so they've only got 9 to choose from. I think they're going to be too good for the Guzzlers. What do you think, Matt?
I think there's going to have to be an upset in one of the 2 matches, and this may be it. You would think the Rat Pack, with their form, their experience, will get through and pay the other informed side, the Polishers. But I'm tipping the Guzzlers. I haven't been on them all year.
Just jumping on late.
Jump on board as the bandwagon just swings by. I'll jump on the coattails. I think the Guzzlers through to the grand final against the Polishers.
Yeah, I reckon Rick Gold is going to go bananas next week. I reckon Rick Gold's going to have 40 points plus.
Yeah, well, they've just come back from holidays, haven't they? Him and Castaway.
They've been fishing, haven't they?
Fishing somewhere, so it'll either go one or 2 ways. They'll lift because they've had a break,
or have like 18 points or something. Anyway,
so watch this space.
Good luck to all the guys in the prelim final. Moving on to the women, we chatted last week about how close the women's season was. There was a lot of movement could happen within round 7. First match, the Birdie Num Nums fell to the Early Birds, 130 to 138. The Early Birds, as they've done all season, very consistent scoring. Jenny Danks 35, Jenny Cropley 35, Sally Stockley 34, Barbara Main 34. Di Grail did her best for the Num Nums at 38, top score of the round, but unfortunately Birdie Num Nums are out of the finals race.
Wow. Second match, and a huge result. We had the Fairway Fillies and Hit and Miss draw on 131 each. Topsy the Cruise was the best for the Fairway Fillies with 35 points, Sue Davey with 34. Andrea Moore with 33 was the best for Hit and Miss. Looks like Hit and Miss have missed.
Hit and Miss have missed
last year's grand final winners.
So that means the 2016 champs and the 2015 champs are both out.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Big result. Massive result. Dragon Ladies
top of the ladder.
Sitting on top of the ladder. The new team.
The new form team, led by Gim Fua, but the performances of Sue Hua, Queen of the Greens, as she has now been dubbed, Queen of the Greens. They've had a great season. Moving on, Chicks with Sticks got a narrow win over the Buggy Offs. Anne English led the way with Chicks with Sticks 32, Eleanor McCrone 30, Gail Feller 30, and Leah McGuinness 30. Sally Edwards did her best for the Buggy Offs with 32, but that means Chicks with Sticks are in the finals and Buggy Offs are out. And as you said, Matt, Dragon Ladies are in, but they had the bye.
They had the bye. Josephine Ryan was great with 33 points, and Rebecca Chan with 32 points were 2 good scores for the Dragon Ladies.
So, Team Survivor.
Yes.
Early Birds have done it 2 in a row.
2 in a row, back to back.
138 they scored in round 7. They got over Hit and Miss, they only scored 131. So, they've been consistent all year, deserving winner. I spoke to the captain on Thursday, Hilary Hodgetts. Said it's been great. She hasn't had to do anything. Her team's been consistent all season. So well done to the Early Birds.
So how did the premiership table look, and what have we got next week, finals-wise?
So, Dragon Ladies and Early Birds 1 and 2, 5 wins and 2 losses. Fairway Fillies, that draw they got cost them a 1-2 spot, so they're in 3rd. And Chicks with Sticks in 4th. As we said, Hit and Miss, Buggy Offs, Birdie Num Nums miss out. So, finals fixture, we've got Dragon Ladies, Chicks with Sticks. What do you think, Matt?
I think Dragon Ladies, they've had a record of 5 and 2, and I think they lost a couple early in the season too. So they've been extremely strong the last 3 quarters of the season, and I think the Dragon Ladies get it done over Chicks with Sticks in a close one.
Well, I'm going to say Chicks with Sticks are going to get it done. Because Leonie Silk, the GPL coordinator, she is due for a good round. I know Anne English has been playing quite well. Janet Alice has been injured, playing under an injury cloud, so I'm hoping she can come back from that. And there's Elaine Robertson as well, who I think could have a good round. So I tip the Chicks with Sticks.
Yep.
The second semi-final, Early Birds and the Fairway Fillies. Matt, do you want to take us through some of the players you think might feature?
I think the Early Birds, they're my pick in the second round. We've got second versus third. Early Birds have a lot of experience with Hillary Hodgetts, Joe Warmold, my favourite, Lois Wheelahan. Jenny Cropley, Sally Stockley, Jenny Dank, Sue Thomas, Jan Hammond, Barb Main, and Judy Patterson. So they've got a really strong, experienced side.
There'll be a lot of 33s, 34s, 35s in that team.
Yeah.
They've got so many good players that I think they're going to be hard to beat.
Yep. Fairway Fillies, I can see Topsy the Cruise.
Had a good season.
Yep.
Topsy the Cruise had a good season. Sue Davey is capable of having a big score on her day.
I think they'll need a couple of outstanding performances by a couple to get them over the line against the Early Birds, who I think will be consistent across the board. So, Early Birds versus the Dragon Ladies for me.
That's you calling the final.
Yep.
Calling for Early Birds Dragon Ladies. Well, I'm thinking Early Birds Chicks with Sticks.
Yep.
But all the best to the women in the semi-final on the 30th. So they've got a break for the foursomes. But we'll be back next week to go through the grand final preview for the men.
Wow.
Thanks, Matt.
It's Nick.